G'day, I'm Les Delaforce. I'm Gumbaynggirr Ndangari Man, First Nations leader, and also non-executive director of First Nations X. I've built a career in technology and innovation, while also trying to help the Indigenous startup sector to grow and scale, participating in various leadership programs, including the US State Department's International Visitors Leadership Program. Today, I'll be sharing some key insights that will help you as a First Nations startup and entrepreneur. We'll dive into the understanding of your customers, identifying your target market, whilst also ensuring that your product fits the market's needs. I'll also be giving examples from other successful startups that have grown and scaled to show how these concepts work in practice. But number one, problem, solution, fit. Before diving into the mechanisms of your business, it is essential to ensure that your product or service solves a real world problem. But think about the massive problem that your job or your customers need help with. Once you have a clear understanding, you can design your own solution. And one of the best examples, I believe, is of Canva, the Australian graphic design platform. Before Canva, creating professional looking designs was complicated and expensive with other large competitors out there. They identified the problem, and people needed an easy, affordable way to make good designs, and they built a solution that was accessible to everyone, from small businesses to entrepreneurs to large corporations. By addressing this clear problem, Canva was able to quickly grow and become a billion-dollar company and valuation. The next component is market segmentation, and TAM, SAM, or SOM. So understanding who your customers are vital for scaling your business. And we use the concepts of total addressable market, TAM, segmented addressable market, SAM, and share of market, SOM, to break down your potential customer base. So the TAM, this is your total market size at everyone you want to reach. This SAM, this is more specific, and this is the proportion of the market that you'll target first. And the SOM, this is the realistic share of the market that you can capture in the first few years. So let's take, for example, Koala, the Australian mattress startup. I initially was quite skeptical of an Australian-based mattress startup, but their TAM was anyone who needed a mattress in Australia. However, their SAM was more specific, and they targeted younger urban professionals who value convenience and eco-friendly products. They managed to carve out a SOM by offering next day delivery and a 120-day trial period, making them stand out from competitors like traditional mattress companies or bricks and mortar stores. Next up, we have the customer-centric approach. Being customer-centric means listening to your customers, understanding their needs, and ensuring they're at the heart of your decision-making process. The better you know your customers, the easier it will be to create products they love. Again, at Koala, they not only offered convenience, but they also aligned themselves with their customers' values, being a values-led company or a values-led startup. For example, their eco-friendly practices and the use of sustainably sourced material resonated deeply with their target market, millennials and young entrepreneurs. A practical tip within that is I would encourage you to regularly engage with your customers, even if it's a 10-minute conversation or a coffee, to get feedback on your idea, which is incredibly important to the growth of your startup. Next up, we have the lean startup and prototyping. A key concept of the lean startup and prototyping is certainly one of the most effective ways to ensure that you're on the right path and your startup is on the right path, is to adopt a lean startup approach. This method emphasizes rapid prototyping and testing assumptions within your relevant target market, rather than spending too much time building the product that no one wants. And we've known many startups that have built an amazing product or software or service with all of the bells and whistles without any testing of their assumptions or validation to go on to fail. For example, take Dropbox. Dropbox as an example, before they built their platform, they made a simple video effectively explaining their product idea. By showing this video to potential customers and getting feedback, they validated the demand before investing heavily in development. This is a classic example of creating a minimum viable product, MVP. So don't be afraid to fail fast, learn quickly, iterate. It's through these small failures and changes that you'll uncover what works. So the journey of entrepreneurship is challenging. It's also incredibly rewarding, but by understanding your market, listening to your customers, testing your assumptions, you'll be in a strong position to grow your startup. And effectively, that call to action, if you're a First Nations founder, First Nations leader, a First Nations entrepreneur, remember that you have a unique story and perspective, and really lean into that. Your innovation could not only change the game for your business, but also uplift your community. As we know, that sharing stories has always been a part of our culture. There's never been a more dynamic and exciting time to be a First Nations startup or entrepreneur. So we've had a number of examples. Canva, that classic example of a startup that solved a widespread problem and scaled their technology quickly due to its clear focus on customer needs and values. In addition, we looked at Koala, and they showed how effective market segmentation through their SAM, SOM, and TAM can lead to capturing a significant proportion of a competitive market from other competitors in the bricks and mortar stores. And then lastly, we had Dropbox. Dropbox demonstrated the power in the early days of prototyping, testing assumptions before fully launching. And for that reason, we hope that this structure and video helps to provide some examples of real-world solutions and real-world startup examples while still aligning with core topics of problem solution fit, market segmentation, and customer centricity. It also covers the lean startup methodology, of which many startups follow and become successful to grow and scale their startup, whether seeking investment or seeking profitability. This approach should resonate well with you as a First Nations founder who are just starting their entrepreneurial journey, midway through it, or are growing at a rapid pace. Thank you.